So we'll jump in. You guys are eating oats or something.
Potatoes,
Just
chicken.
dinner, yeah, chicken, potatoes. I made my own sourdough sandwich.
Dig.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
bread.
So I know this is not about quarterfinals, but I know like the first time we ever talked, you were into sourdough making. Is it still a thing? Like, is it just something you're passionate about and love?
So I think it all started from like obviously bread was
Abigail
kind
just keeps going like this.
You, you
of
do.
yes. But I got to get I got to tell every single detail of the story.
He's very passionate about sourdough. We have a
Yes,
bread box
but-
right behind the camera because we brought the 2 loaves that he made the day before we left with us in the bread box so that they could be perfectly maintained.
It's more so like if I'm going to eat I want to know that I made it, I know what's in it, and like the quality is really good. If, like I said, you need a lot of carbs, eat bread's an easy way to get it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where it stemmed from. Was like if I'm going to eat, if I'm going to have toast with my breakfast or whatever in the morning, I better make sure at least it's as good a quality as it can be. So just decided to learn how to make it, but yeah, I still make it. Don't like obviously promote it like I used to. Thought the CrossFit Baker was going to be my marketing scheme, but yeah, I'll bake. I usually do when I bake a recipe usually makes 2 loaves, so I usually do that. I hit one about once a week. Like when I run out, it lasts me a week, and then I'll make some more.
Well, now with the longer hair, you look like that artisan baker.
He's the most interesting man in the world. Like you find him because of CrossFit, but where does it end? Espresso, sourdough, flipping homes, carpentry. What can he do?
Well, apparently it was enough to get you to hop in his car halfway to
I
Louisiana.
know, I know. He gave me that spiel. It was a long story, but I listened.
He said, "Hey, you want to try some
You're right.
sourdough?" Well, let's get into quarterfinals a little bit. Leaderboard revealed today. So now you're not just in the dark, you have an idea of where you're at. Looks like you're in a pretty good position to move on to the next round. And really, that's the key, right?
I think it's part of the key. Like I said, me and L's over here. He might make an appearance at some
You'll
time.
make a guest appearance, though.
I'll make a guest wave, but moving on is the key, but also putting ourselves in a good spot is probably the priority.
So, how frustrating is it that they don't have a way to look at your region?
They do on the app, right?
You did for like half a second and then took it down.
Oh,
Yeah. It would-
wow.
yeah, every athlete has said it was there for a second and now you can't see it.
Really?
That is frustrating.
Okay. Well, I got lucky because I was when I went on. I just checked it. It was about like an hour after it happened, and
Yeah.
You were in like 16%.
I checked it was 11th.
Were you 11?
Yeah.
Okay. I know it was in the teens.
Yeah.
Before they
So when I checked mine, it was 11th in the West. So I was like, all right.
It was nice to be able to see it.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know they took it down. It's kind of weird why they did that.
Well, we're following 7 athletes, so I'm trying to find them all. But when you have 7 athletes in the world, it's hard to tell where they at.
Right, how it stacks out.
Yeah. And so I know that you were top 50 in the world, which would probably translate to about what you're saying. What did you get done today?
We've done all of them except for the GHD one so far. The workout 4, I believe.
Yeah, everybody seems to be waiting on that one because they think it's going to be the one that wrecks.
Yeah, I think the midline. That was, I think originally we thought about doing that one, not first, but like do that today and then save 5 for tomorrow. But I don't know. I was just looking. I'm like, that's a lot of. It's all bending, and like whether you are acclimated to that amount of volume or not, it's still gonna like your stomach's gonna be sore like that next day. So that's kind of where we lean towards that. like, let's get the fifth one in first. We're probably feeling more fresher. And then, but also we have another whole day. Because technically we have till Sunday for 5 too. So it's kind of crazy how much time we got left. So, yeah. So that's what we end up going with, saving 4.
Are you in any rush on Sunday to get back, or can you actually do some workouts Sunday morning?
Yeah, it's maybe more her schedule with things.
I'll
Like
be
I'm
fine.
pretty.
I can go to work tired.
I'm pretty free. But yeah, we'll head home Sunday, depending on what time a day that is.
But he has flexibility to hit a workout
Yeah,
in the morning.
I'll just
For
sleep
sure.
I'll just sleep Monday all day, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I've talked to a couple athletes who have to travel back on Sunday from where they're at, and they have to get them all done by Saturday night.
Really?
I talked to one athlete who works a full-time job and has to work Sunday. So like it is done tomorrow.
Dang.
And they actually say they thrive on that pressure. Right? Because there is no it's one and
Yeah.
done. Got to get it done because there's no option for Sunday.
True. That is a good way to look at it. Absolutely.
I think that tends to be Matt's mindset, and we're lucky to have a coach like Elle to remind him that we're not in a rush. We don't always have to be task oriented. Like sometimes what is best is being strategic about rest and recovery and getting your body primed for like the
Yeah,
best
I thought the plan was to bust out 3 workouts today. So I was like, I did the first one. I was chilling out, and I was like getting all dressed to get ready to go for the second
He
one.
walked out in leggings, and
Nobody was like ready, and I'm
"Is
like,
he rope climbing?"
it's like, oh, we're gonna hit the rope climb one next. I'm like, okay, thinking we'll hit it in 30 minutes. So I got my leg, I'm looking at the ropes, which one I want to use, and then everyone's looking at me all weird. And I'm like, no, go home. Like, we'll do that later. I'm like, oh, I thought we were gonna do it right now. I thought we were gonna do 3 workouts today. But
So how much have you learned this weekend being with your coach during these online comps?
what have you taught me this weekend?
What I'm trying to teach you is every win, like, to be a winner, you have to have that mindset. You can't just wait until Sandy's turn. It's like every day and every workout.
We're trying to practice the championship mentality now in
trying to-
every little moment.
Practice on winning all the time, not just semis or the games. Like win now, win the Open, win now, win
Moment by
semis.
moment.
Practice
Workout
winning. Practice
by
winning, I
workout.
guess, is a good way to summarize it.
Practice how you play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Because we've talked this whole time about stacking up wins, right? Only we say little wins. Maybe it's not just little wins. Maybe you need to stack up more than that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Stack up a weekend.
Yeah.
So, working towards it. Probably
So-
not probably. We'll have to redo a few, but I guess it'll be worth it when the weekend's over.
So last question, because we went down this road, is, you have your MBA. I have my MBA. It is a very checkbox oriented degree, right? Like it is, I've got these 17 tasks I've got to get done and start checking them off. Are you now realizing that that's not the mindset you need to be a great athlete?
I feel that I'm still struggling with that task orientedness, as in get this done, on to the next thing, get this done on the next, rather than maybe just kind of soaking in where
The
you're
journey.
at, be where your feet are. Something freaking I heard growing up playing baseball from my coaches, but it seems like I've kind of gone away from that, and I probably need to come back a little bit to that. There's no rush on this, or like.
Well, it's both his
There's no pressing.
superpower and something that he has to learn to balance, because it's like what's gotten him to this point. like being task oriented, being like going through the CrossFit movements when he just learned how to CrossFit and being like, I will teach myself this and I will be excellent at it one by one. Like that's what has gotten him to this point. And now he gets to have the support from Elle and the rest of the people in his corner, and he gets to learn like, oh, I'm not in a rush in those ways anymore. I don't have to be task oriented anymore. Like I get to enjoy every part of the journey. I get to be balanced as an athlete, and so I think it's served him, but also like evolving and growing to get to the next level is important too.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I know you're eating dinner. I'll let you get back to it.
No, no worries. Yeah.
Super stoked to see you on the first page of the leaderboard, and that we get to move on with you in this journey, it looks like.
Yeah.
So kill it tomorrow, man.
Yeah, keep it up.
And we'll text and stay in touch and see where you are. And maybe on Sunday we'll talk like on the drive. Like
Yeah.
That sounds
Abigail
great.
can hold the phone and we can chat a little bit on the way home.
Sounds
Absolutely.
good.
So hopefully I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good luck. We'll see you then. And Elle, thanks for jumping in and clarifying some things. All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Peace out.
Bye.